Shalom, Talmidim. It's time once again for Ivrit, for Hebrew. Baruchim Habaim. Welcome. I gave you a special blessing today as you came because, as you can see from your Jot Tittle workbook, we have quite a mouthful in front of us. Let's begin by reading the very first verse of our Torah portion, Vayelech. It is Deuteronomy 31, verses 1 and 2. You follow along with your Hebrew as I read it from my pointed Torah text and see if you can keep up. Let's begin. Vayelech Moshe, Vaydeber et hadvarim ha'ele el kol Yisrael, Veomer Alechem ben 120 shana, Anochi hayom, lo uchal od, litzet v'levo. Ve'adonai amar elai, lo ta'avor et hayarden hazeh. Did you follow along? Yofi! Great! Let's take it line by line with some translation this time. The very first line says, Vayelech Moshe ve'yedeber et hadvarim ha'ele. And it means, and he went, Moshe, or if we were to make a proper English translation, we would say, and Moses went. Ve'yedeber, and spoke, et hadvarim ha'ele, these words. Do you recognize a word from that first line that we have already learned? If you said Moshe, that's correct, but that's a name. Look at the word hadvarim. What book of the Torah are we in right now? We are in the book Devarim, and we remember that it means words. When we see a hey in front of Devarim, ha-devarim, we know that this means the words because we've learned that a hey in front of a word means the. So the first line is translated, and Moshe went and he spoke these words. Let's look at the second line. El kol Yisrael, ve'yomer alehem. El kol Yisrael means to all of Israel. Ve'yomer alehem means and spoke to them or said to them. The third line says, Ben 120 shana anochi hayom. Ben 120 shana literally means a son of 120 years. Anochi hayom means I am today. Even in Israel to this day, when somebody is asked their age, they reply with Ben 100 for a son of 100 or Bat 100 for a daughter of 100. The Ben is pronounced for a boy and the Bat is pronounced for a girl. So for example, if you run into someone on the street who's 20 years old and they're a male and you ask them how old they are, they will say, Ani ben 20 shana. Ben 20 shana. I'm a son of 20 years. Or a girl would respond, Bat 20 shana. A daughter of 20 years. So Moshe is saying here to all of Israel, remember he's speaking to El Kol Yisrael, to all of Israel, Ben 120 shana anochi hayom. I am 120 years old today. The next line says, Lo uchel od litzet v'levo. And it means, I cannot anymore go out, litzet, or come in, lavo. Ve'adonai amar elai. And Adonai spoke to me or said to me, Lo ta'avor et hayarden hazeh. You shall not cross this Jordan. In Hebrew, we see the letter He before the word Yarden, which means Jordan, speaking of the Jordan River. We also see the letter He in front of the last word of our portion verse, Ze, Haze, which means this. When we put them together, Hayarden Haze, it means this Jordan. Or the Lord was saying to Moses, you will not cross over this Jordan River. Let's take a look now at our related words. The first word, halach, means to go or to walk. Halacha, which we are all familiar with, is translated here as law, rule, tradition, a legal part of Talmud, or a theory. I like to look at halacha as a way to walk. Since the root for the word halacha is He, Lamed, Chaf, which means to walk or to go, a halacha would be a way of walking. A traveler might be known as a helech. A step or a walk is a halich. A walk or a journey is a mahalach. And we've learned already, lech lecha means go yourself. Lech lecha. And the final word we have is hithalech, and it means to walk continuously. Now remember, with these related words, almost every single one of them, with the exception of halacha, ends with a chaf sofit. Don't be afraid to make the chaf sofit noise. Halach, helech, halich, and so on and so forth. Let's close out our lesson today by reading once again Deuteronomy 31, verses 1 and 2. Perhaps you can try reading along with me. I'll go slow. Let's begin. Vayelech Moshe veyedaber et hadvarim ha'ele el kol Yisrael veyomer alechem ben 120 shana anochi hayom lo uchal od לצאת ולבוא. ואדוני אמר אלי, לא תעבור את הירדן הזה. תלמידים, מצוין! Excellent! You're really getting the hang of this. Keep working, keep practicing your reading, and if you haven't invested in a Torah that has the vowel points by now, I would strongly recommend you do so. That way you'll be able to sound out the Hebrew words from your Torah scroll all by yourself. We only have 2 more weeks of study together, and after that, you'll be flying solo. But don't worry, I know you can do it. Atem talmidim tovim. You are all good Hebrew students. Blessings for now. Litrot.